Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Nahamdhu wa nusalli ala Rasulil Kareem. Recently, a book has come to highlight, and it's known as Jefferson's Quran. Jefferson was the third president of America, United States of America, and he was one of the founding fathers who drafted the Constitution for the United States of America. In fact, a copy of the Quran, which is known as Jefferson's Quran, first time came to be highlighted, came to light when Keith Ellison, congressman from Minnesota, he took oath on Quran as the congressman. And recently, two Muslim ladies recently elected as the congresswomen, Rashida and Ilham, they also took oath on that copy of Quran, which is known as Jefferson's Quran. This book, this copy of Quran, known as the Jefferson's Quran, has been highlighted further, in fact, much highlighted very nicely by professor of professor of history and Middle Eastern studies. Her name is Dennis A. Spielberg. She is professor at University of Texas in Austin. She has given the history that when the Constitution of America, United States of America, was being considered, in fact, much earlier, at least 11 years before 1776, that is, in 1765, Jefferson bought a copy of Quran, translated by sale. He purchased it. It was not given to him as a gift that it landed there as by accident. He cataloged it, he categorized it, classified it, and placed it not in the religious section, in the section of religion, but he placed it in the section of law. He considered it as the book of law, the code of conduct, the code of life. And he also purchased other books on Islamic jurisprudence and history, particularly in the comparative study of English common law practices. He took notes and he studied it so much so that he was able to defend the case of Muslims. He was an attorney himself, a philosopher himself, an author himself. He had also written a book which is known as Jefferson's Bible. At that time, he was able to defend, along with the founding fathers of America, that the Muslims should be given the status of equal citizens. In the backdrop of 17th and 18th century history, the historical background of 17th and 18th century sentiment against Muslims, he was able to defend the case of Muslims. And in this way, he benefited from the reading of Quran and the Islamic jurisprudence at that time. And today we see pluralism in the Constitution of United States of America. Because of giving the full citizenship to the Muslims in the American Constitution, all other minorities, including Jews and Catholics and others, they also got the equal status of citizenship. And the equal rights, equality before law, due process of law, and all these things which we today find protected in the Constitution of United States of America, towards all these things, Quran made a contribution, an important contribution. And the promise in the Quran, which is the book for the humanity, which is the heritage for humankind, was fulfilled, and it continues to be fulfilled, in fact, throughout the history, that Allah promised that people will be taken, the human beings will be taken out of the age of Zulumat, dark ages, age of darkness. They'll be taken out of that to the age of enlightenment, Noor, and that is reflected in the contribution of the Quran towards the United States Constitution, which is considered and recognized to be the Constitution which protects human rights.